So I was doing what I was doing the other day, scrolling down social media, when I came across a viral clip that said black people have normalized the struggle, have made it look good. I think that, yeah, we have glorified the struggle, and the toxic hustle culture, the grind culture used to be about something. You know, you was trying to come up, like I said, we was kind of come out of the hood. You was hustling and grinding to try to get up out the hood, to try to get wealthy, to try to do things for the family. But now we just want to be stuck in this grind mode or in this hustle. You can't build with hustle. You can make some money. You can get money from day to day, from hour to hour, from project to project or whatnot. You can get a little bit of money or whatever. That money goes to what? Take care of your bills, rent, car, food, clothes, haircuts, you know what I'm saying? The things that make you look good on the surface, but inside you're like tired and drained and exhausted, worried about where the next check is coming from, worried about getting this project done and taking on other projects so that you can, make some money and finish this one and get this one off your butt. By the time you finish this project and get that money, there's a week or two of bills and things that you got to pay with that check that you just got. So you're not really getting ahead when it comes to the hustle culture, right? Unless you make hitting big licks, and that money comes fast. It goes fast, right? So there's no longevity in the grind or in the hustle culture. You're not really building anything. You don't have anything really sustainable. And then eventually that hustle that you have inside of you, you can't be 50 years old out here trying to hustle like when you was 20. You just don't got it in you no more. You just don't have it like that no more. You done lost a step. It's just life. That's what happens when you get older. You lose a step. A little bit more tired. Bedtime comes a little bit more earlier than normal, than what you're used to. Back in your 20s, you was able to go to the club all night, go party all night, and get back up and be back at work at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning with no problem and last the whole day. Now you need to be in bed by 9. 50 years old, you need to be in bed by 8. Have your dinner, have your coffee, have your little pastry or whatnot, chill in front of the TV, watch some CNN or something, MSNBC. You don't got the hustle in you like that no more. There's all kind of pains in your knees and your legs and stuff. It makes you harder to get up out of the bed in the morning. It's real, it's reality. It's like you're the man if you suffer. People look at you like, oh, he's strong or tough. You think that that's what they're looking at. You get a little more social currency if you've been through the struggle than somebody that just walked in fresh out of getting spoon-fed from mama and then come in and talk about, what they're trying to do for the struggling community or whatnot. And they ain't never struggled a day in their life. There's admiration in people that go through the struggle and make it through the other side. Right, and so I think that it's the same thing with the next thing that I got to talk about when it comes to Shop Black. Everything gets diluted, right? It gets taken over, and the mainstream gets a hold of it, right? It gets commercialized and waters it down. We used to hustle for the come up. We used to hustle to try to get money so we can get out of the hood, like I said before. But now we're just hustling because it's like just a way of life. That's our job. That's our 9 to 5. It's just a hustle. We're living hustle to hustle, project to project, instead of paycheck to paycheck. It's hard to find somebody with a steady job anymore. There's a thin line between ambition and hustle. Your ambition can't be less than your hustle. Your hustle can't outshine your ambition. Where you're trying to go, where you're trying to get to, what are you trying to build? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to buy? What kind of legacy are you trying to leave? That makes you ambitious. But when you're just looking for that next payday, or are you looking to go cop some Jordans? Are you looking to go cop a fresh chain? That's where your hustle stops, because as soon as you get that stuff, as soon as you get those things or whatever, you're satisfied, and you're not going to go hard anymore. You're not going to be motivated until that next big thing that you want comes up. So you'll just lounge around the house or just chill and just go do things that don't serve your purpose, your end goal, your ambition, because the bigger picture is not there for you. It's all in material things. So you're hustling to get material things. And that's about it. Part of it is because of movies, social media, music, the things that we consume, the content that we consume on a daily basis. They tell us how we're supposed to live. They tell us what we're supposed to be shooting for. And if all you see on TV is rappers with Glock 9s and Lambos and drop top coupes and shit, you think that that's the goal. You think that these people then came up overnight. It's all about hitting that one lick, that one big lick for a few racks. And then what's next, It's like, I'm gonna be depressed and sad until I find that next big lick. So the grind culture and the hustle culture has just kind of gotten toxic along the way. It's got diluted, it's watered down. It ain't what it used to be. This kind of brings me, when I talk about watered down, brings me into my next topic, and it's Shop Black. Recently, we saw a clip of Wallow going viral because he was in front of a crowd of black people. I guess he was giving a motivational speech, and from the clip, it just looks like he just started going off about how nobody cares that your business is a black-owned business and whatnot, and you want to shop black and buy black or whatever. And he was like, nobody cares. The problem here is not that he said that, because if you look at the bigger picture, it's true. When Shop Black or Buy Black, the movement started, it started about 5-6 years ago. Well, long before that, right? Long before that, but everybody started picking up on it about 5 or 6 years ago. It really started getting tough, right? And when things start to get tough, like when you start looking on social media and you start seeing these videos about how to do this, how to make this money or whatever, the 5 steps to becoming wealthy or whatnot, or this is the play for 2025 or whatever. Once you start seeing a multitude of those things, it's already oversaturated and it's already watered down. So about 5 or 6 years ago, when the whole buy black, shop black idea became mainstream, you can almost bet that it was watered down by then. But originally, just like the woke movement was not about what it is today when it first started, shop black, what it is today, that's not what it started out as. It was started out as a good economic viable solution to building up black businesses and black business owners that actually have a business, that have something that can compete. And it was about motivating people to be able to compete in the market and to build the black economy up, right? Because, you know, that's one part of the economy that we feel is missing. All the pieces of the puzzle need to be put together in order for our economy to be the strongest it can be. That was the idea of Shop Black, Buy Black, to get more business owners in the black community to be thriving and to build themselves up and to be able to have resources and places to go to where we can hire our young folks. We can hire our young people that are coming out of high school, coming out of college, need a job or whatever. We want to build up and buy the black community, buy Shop Black, so we can invest in these companies so that they can so they can grow, right? And be able to contribute to the bottom line of the ecosystem, right? We want to be able to contribute. And so I think when Shop Black and Buy Black started, I think it was a great thing and it was a great idea. I even was on board or whatever. But after a few years, when it started to get watered down and diluted, I started to go away from it, because the idea of Buy Black now is more of a hustle, right? It's more of a con, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Put the quotation marks for you. You know, it's more of a it's not about building up anything anymore. It's just about, oh, I have a product that I just created 5 seconds ago, and because I'm black, you should buy it. You know, it has became this hustle. So now when people hear it, buy black, shop black, when people hear that, they get turned off from the business. And it's true, it's a real thing. And so what Wallow was saying wasn't a lie, but I think because that he's an old school street guy, he just got out of prison. Commend you for that, Wallow, coming out of prison and getting right to it and getting right to the things and not going back to the things that got you put in prison, right? And you build yourself up and you started helping other people and you start doing your thing and start spitting game, right? You know, shout out for that. But his message and his delivery was just a little bit out of touch. And the way he gave it to you was a little strong and a little harsh, almost like he was down in black businesses as a whole or whatever. But people that can see, that got like a third eye and can read between the lines and can see or understand that what he's saying is that now at this point in time, we need to stop with the whole buy black and shop black. We maybe need to migrate, or we need to elevate, evolve into a new saying, into a new term. Maybe build black would be better. build black business. Maybe that'll be something better. You can't just build a black business when you just go and grab something from Hobby Lobby and throw something together real quick, and it's the weekend. Now you want to try to hustle up some stuff, and you're in that hustle culture, you're in that grind culture, in that toxic mindset of get money now. That's not building black. Sure, we can go and support and buy this from you, but what is it actually doing? We need businesses that are able to hire folks. We need to build businesses that are able to give people opportunities. That's what it's all about. So I don't think that that's an idea that's effective anymore. I mean, we've all seen Wallow, right? We've seen him in his little viral clips, and he's coming up and he's saying, "What are you doing? Sitting on the couch, doing nothing? You think somebody's gonna come and save you? You need to get your ass up, yada, 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 yada," right? Doing Wallow things, right? We can't expect him to change his delivery from what he came from, what he came up off of doing. I just think that was not the moment to go off like that. I think that you should have brought it a little bit more subtle, bring it back down and make it more relatable to people, right? You should have took your time. It was like you just had a thought and it just fired it off. You had a thought and your intrusive thoughts took over and it just came out. I'm not knocking Wallow. I know that the idea now is to cancel Wallow because he don't support black businesses. I don't think that's the idea or whatever. I think you need to let the water settle. You don't need to cancel the man. I don't think it's that serious. And I think there's a lot of truth in what he was saying. It's just that he needs to learn how to tone it down and give solutions. Turn around and give solutions. We know that there's businesses and restaurants in all communities, though. In all communities. We seem to want to knock black businesses as if bad business and bad customer service, bad product, bad services is a black community thing. But this is a business community thing. Whether you're white, black, Chinese, Asian, Korean, Indian, whatever it is that you are in the business community, bad business is a business community problem. I understand we only see the things that we're in proximity to as far as what we buy and purchase and who we talk to and who we communicate with, whatever. And so when a black person say it, he's probably primarily talking about black in itself or whatever. But at the same time, we need to know and recognize that bad business, bad customer service, bad business practices and things like that are not exclusive to the black community, and it's just a business community thing. And finally, I want to say it's okay to be okay. I'm going to use my personal experience as an example. Sometimes I'm in a situation where, let's say that I know that I should get a little bit more money for doing this, right? But I've accepted it, the amount of pay, it was good enough for me. Even though I knew I can get more, it was good enough for me. Right, and I had no problems, I had no grief, and I didn't care that, I was shorted a little bit. It wasn't nothing drastic. It wasn't anything drastic, but what I'm saying, I understand that everybody's on a budget, and sometimes you just can't pay the bill, but that doesn't mean you can't get that service done that you need. Whatever, maybe you scale it down a little bit and work things out with people to help, right? To help people out, right? To help people get what they need, get the service or the product that they need, and you just help them out. And so that's the type of mentality that I take on when I'm talking to people and I'm doing business with folks or whatnot. Some people, and I know I've learned how to read people, right? And understand in the situation that, they need this done. It'll help them boost themselves up, and it'll, help them grow a little bit. And it's not hurting me. It's not hurting me to be able to give assistance to folks. But then somebody will come along and they'll plant something in my ear. say something like, I wouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or whatever, you should do this and you should be getting this, and or whatever. I've already had peace in myself with the situation. But because somebody else came along and started spoon feeding me this bullshit, now I'm starting to put doubts in my head that I'm doing something wrong. And that's the same thing with getting your life together and getting your things together, right? You're okay, but then somebody comes along and plants a negative seed, and you feel like maybe you're leaving people behind or whatever. Maybe you're bragging and you shouldn't talk about your growth. You don't think that it's okay to share. You can share your struggles, right? You can share that I'm hurting, I'm going through certain things, I'm going through some pain. People will listen and accept you and whatnot. But as soon as you start sharing your successes and the things that you've overcome, people want to start telling you that you're bragging or whatnot. And they're trying to find ways to bring you back down to their earth. And so that makes us feel like it's not okay to be okay. It's not okay to have our shit together. And so that goes right back up to what I first started talking about how we've glorified the struggle. We think that the struggle looks good if we look good in the struggle. People tend to fuck with us more when we're down and bad. But as soon as we start to climb and get better and come up, then it's like we're a problem. There's something wrong there. You're not like us. They not like us. Make peace with yourself. It's okay to grow. When you're building a business, you don't have to keep hustling and grinding all the time. It's okay to build systems within your business. Processes and procedures. Turn that grind, that hustle that you had, that project, that thing that you started to try to make some money. Let's go from hustling to entrepreneurship to business owners. That's the process. You grind and you hustle. You become an entrepreneur, then you become a business owner. That's the progression. We can't be in this grind mode all of our life. We can't be in this hustle mode all of our life. Right? So you got to come up with systems. You got to have strategies. You have to learn how to brand yourself and reevaluate when things are not where they need to be. That's very important to your growth, to your stability, to your mental health, to your physical health, to your spiritual health. You have to break the cycle of grind and the toxic hustle culture. When is your hustle turn into entrepreneurship? And then when is your entrepreneurship turn into a business? And business ownership, where you can hand the reins down, you can hand the keys over to somebody else and say, hey, I need you to go do X, Y, Z. Open the door, open opportunities for other people. That's how we grow as a community. We got all these hustles in our community that just feed us, that just provide us opportunities on a day-to-day. And then we go and we look at the government and get mad about things like DEI. Why don't you have a DEI program to hire our people? And then we want to go boycott them and things of that nature. Because you feel like they're attacking black people. They don't want black people around. But in reality, it's because you don't take the time to get out of the hustle culture. You don't take the time to build your entrepreneurial goals into a business that can hire folks, have managers, have a hierarchy system in your business. This person is in charge of this person, this person, this person. Then inside of your business, you should have a program or something where, you can franchise to somebody that's in your business. Maybe there's a manager that's been growing and he's been with you forever, and now he wants to start a family and start his own business or whatever, but he has the experience. And you've been thinking about opening a branch in Texas. Opening a business in Texas, keeping this one here, wherever it is. And then, so now, okay, this person, young person that you've molded, you've taught the business, he's walked the walk, he or she's walked the walk, and they're ready to run their own situation. Give them opportunity. Tell them about getting a business loan and buying a franchise from you. Help them out. You gave them the blueprints, you gave it to them. You should know, right? We have to get to the point where we're celebrating our evolution. We want to evolve. We're not just surviving out here. We're growing, we're thriving, we're passing the torch to other people. That's it, man. That's all I have for you. Let's stop trying to cancel people for telling the truth, for telling their truth, especially. Learn to let things roll off your back. You know who you are as a person. You know who you are as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a serviceman, whatever it is that you do, as a student, as a not student. Go pick up a trade. If you're not a student and you don't want to go to college or whatever, go pick up a trade, learn how to do something. When people say trade, it's like you think a trade is hanging drywall or ceilings and all this other stuff, framing houses and running electricity and things like that. Those are trades. But trades also are things like maybe you have a car, right? And you're mobile. You can get around to anything. Maybe you know how to change brakes. So now you have a mobile brake changing business that you can start. Oh, your brakes are bad? Don't drive to me. I'll drive to you. We don't want those rotors to grind out. Right? We don't want to mess up your tires, your axle, and all this other stuff because you want to drive. I'll come to you. So when you start thinking about trades, it doesn't have to be something major. You can start your own thing. Get out of survival mode. Stop saying shop black. Stop telling people to come buy your black-owned business products or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just do good business. Just be a good business. Because nowadays, that don't work no more. Nowadays, people see that and they automatically think scam. Just to be frank with you, they automatically think scam and hustle. Your business is not growing because you're leading and your selling point is we're black owned. We're black business. We're a black business. Right? You should support me because I'm black. Not because I got good products, not because I got good customer service, not because I'm fiscally responsible, not because I give opportunities to people in the community. I'm a community advocate. No, not because of that, but just because I'm black. That don't cut it no more. Especially with Trump in office. When all the whole racial tension with the Trayvon Martins and the George Floyds, all that back in the days, Sandra Bland, it was okay then because we had sympathy on our side. We had white tears on our side. It was like, man, these black people be going through it. We need to do something to push them and let them know that we're behind them some way, form, or fashion. And that we're not as bad as the other white people that are against them. That's where Target came in with their DEI program, right? This DEI initiative that's been prevalent for the past 5-6 years. Now everybody's butthurt because, oh, Target, you really wasn't talking about, you really didn't care about black folks? It's not that they don't care about black folks. They were just adjusting to the political climate at the time. And the same thing that they're doing now. And you can expect multitude of businesses to do the same thing. When the climate changed, when the economy changed, the business climate changed, the tensions changed, something major happens, it'll happen again. There'll be a big push. Right now it's the dude from El Salvador. Everybody's talking about the dude from El Salvador. But I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this is about. And the final point that I got here on my notes is we didn't survive to keep struggling. We survived to thrive. I don't think that I need to go further into explaining that point or me saying that or whatnot. I don't think I need to go any deeper into that. It is what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory. We had all these years, Jim Crow, the civil rights movement, slavery, redlining, and all these other things that we had to go through and experience as black people in the United States. And we've survived and we've come this far. We didn't come this far just to keep surviving. It's time to build up. Build black business. Build black communities. Build black ecosystems. Don't shop black just because I'm black. Build black because we have a bigger, deeper purpose in this country, in this world. We have something more to offer than our struggles, our pains. So I'm out of here for today. Y'all like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about what I just said? And I'll see y'all next time on the next episode.